Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Will English Echo. I'm Emmanuel, and I'm really happy to be with you today.
Hello, Emmanuel. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be here again and to spend this time with you.
I always look forward to these conversations. It feels like we're all sitting together and just talking in English.
Yes, it feels friendly and relaxed, and I love that. I hope everyone watching or listening feels comfortable with us too.
If you're new here, you're very welcome. We make simple, real English conversations to help you practice.
And if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe to Will English Echo. That way, you won't miss our next episodes.
Yes, please hit the like button as well. And share this video with your friends and family who are learning English.
It's a small action, but it really helps the channel grow. And it helps more people learn English with us.
All right, Dorcas, I'm ready for today. I'm actually excited about our topic.
Me too. I'm very curious. So, Emmanuel, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about how to talk about your job in English. How to answer when someone asks you, "So, what do you do?"
Oh, that's a very useful topic. People ask this question all the time in real life.
Exactly. In small talk, in interviews, at parties, everywhere. If you can talk about your job, you can start many good conversations.
And we'll keep it simple and natural, like always. Short sentences, real examples, and no complicated grammar.
So stay with us until the end. You'll learn easy patterns you can use to describe your job clearly. Dorcas, let's start with the basic question people ask all the time. How do you answer when someone says, "So, what do you do?"
Usually say, I'm an assistant. I work in an office. It's short, clear, and people understand my job quickly.
I like that. It's a very easy pattern to copy. So the structure is, I'm an plus job. I work in plus place, right?
Yes, exactly. That pattern works for many jobs. We just change the job and the place.
Some learners say, I'm assistant without an. Can you remind them what is correct?
We need a or an before the job. So we say, I'm a teacher. I'm a driver. I'm an engineer.
That's a very important detail. An is for jobs that start with a vowel sound, like engineer or actor, right?
Yes, that's right. For example, I'm an accountant. I'm an artist.
Okay, now I'll answer the question too. If someone asks me, "What do you do?" I say, I'm a graphic designer. I work with clients.
That sounds very natural and professional. Learners can say the same. I work with, and change the last word.
Yes, like, I'm a nurse. I work with patients. Or, I'm a teacher. I work with students.
That's a great way to add a little detail. It tells people who you help or who you work with.
Some learners say, I'm working like teacher, which isn't natural. What should they say instead?
They can say, I work as a teacher. Or more simply, I'm a teacher.
Good. So we now have three very useful patterns. I'm an, I work as a, and I work in, at, for.
Yes, and with those three, you can already sound confident in English. You don't need long explanations to answer, what do you do?
Okay, Dorcas. Now let's go a bit deeper. How do you say where you work?
I usually say, I work in an office. If I want to add more, I say, I work in an office for a small company.
Nice, that's very clear. So we can use I work in plus place and I work for plus company type.
Yes, for example, I work in a bank. I work in a hospital. And I work for a software company.
Some learners say, I work on a office, which is wrong. We say in an office, not on.
Yes, in is the right preposition here. Same with I work in a school. I work in a factory.
All right, so how can you explain what your company does? What sentence do you use?
I often say, we help clients with their projects. Or, our company provides services for other businesses.
That's a good model. Our company plus verb. For example, our company sells clothes. Our company makes furniture.
Yes, or more simply, we sell phones. We make shoes. We is easier and sounds friendly.
Good point. We is very natural. So you could say, we design websites for clients.
Exactly. Just keep the verbs simple. Sell, make, help, teach. No need for long, complex phrases.
Now I'll answer too. I could say, I work in a design agency. We create visuals for different brands.
That's a great sentence. Learners can copy it. I work in, we, plus simple verb.
Some people aren't in a company. They work for themselves. How can they say that?
They can say, I'm self-employed, or I work freelance as a...
Yes, like, I'm self-employed. I work freelance as a photographer. That sounds very natural.
And if someone has no job right now, they can say, I'm looking for a job. It's better than just, I'm unemployed.
Yes, I'm looking for a job sounds more positive. So whatever your situation is, you can still talk about it in simple English.
I usually say, I work in an office. If I want to add more, I say, I work in an office for a small company.
Nice, that's very clear. So we can use I work in plus place and I work for plus company type.
Yes, for example, I work in a bank. I work in a hospital. And I work for a software company.
Some learners say I work on a office, which is wrong. We say in an office, not on.
Yes, in is the right preposition here. Same with I work in a school. I work in a factory.
All right, so how can you explain what your company does? What sentence do you use?
I often say, we help clients with their projects. Or, our company provides services for other businesses.
That's a good model. Our company plus verb. For example, our company sells clothes. Our company makes furniture.
Yes, or more simply, we sell phones. We make shoes. We is easier and sounds friendly.
Good point. We is very natural. So you could say, we design websites for clients.
Exactly. Just keep the verbs simple. Sell, make, help, teach. No need for long, complex phrases.
Now I'll answer too. I could say, I work in a design agency. We create visuals for different brands.
That's a great sentence. Learners can copy it. I work in, we, plus simple verb.
Some people aren't in a company. They work for themselves. How can they say that?
They can say, I'm self-employed. Or, I work freelance as a...
Yes, like, I'm self-employed. I work freelance as a photographer. That sounds very natural.
And if someone has no job right now, they can say, I'm looking for a job. It's better than just, I'm unemployed.
Yes, I'm looking for a job sounds more positive. So whatever your situation is, you can still talk about it in simple English.
So in this part, we learned, I work in, I work for, our company, we, and I'm self-employed. I'm looking for a job. With that, you can already describe your work world very well.
All right, Dorcas. Now let's go inside the job a bit more. How do you explain what you do every day at work?
I usually say something simple, like, I answer emails and phone calls. Then I add, I organize meetings and documents.
Nice. That's very clear and concrete. So a learner can say, I answer emails, I make calls, I organize meetings.
Yes, just use easy verbs. No need for big words like handle or process if it feels too hard.
Some learners say, I make emails, which is wrong. We should say, I write emails or I send emails.
Yes, send emails is very common. For example, I send emails to clients every day.
Okay, what's another thing you do at work? Something you often mention.
I often say, I prepare reports for my manager. Or, I update information in the system.
Those are great job verbs. Prepare, update, check. So a model sentence is, I prepare reports and update files.
Yes, that works for many office jobs. Learners can simply change reports to orders, schedules, files.
All right, I'll explain my job now. I usually say, I design logos and social media posts for clients.
That sounds really clear and visual. So your pattern is, I design for clients.
Yes, and I can add, I meet clients to discuss their projects. Or, I edit and improve their ideas.
Those verbs are great. Meet, discuss, edit, improve. For example, I meet customers and discuss their needs.
Some learners try to use very complex vocabulary and get stuck. It's better to use simple verbs like help, make, fix, teach, sell.
Yes, like, I help customers choose the right product. Or, I fix machines when they break.
Exactly. That's real, everyday English. We don't need, I am in charge of optimization of, to sound good.
Right. Short sentences are often better. For example, I teach children. I drive a truck. I cook meals.
So to describe your job tasks, you can follow this pattern. I plus verb plus object. I repair cars. I clean rooms. I manage a small team.
Yes, that pattern is simple but very powerful. If you list 2 or 3 of those sentences, people understand your job very well.
Dorcas, let's talk about feelings now. What do you like about your job?
I like helping people and making their day easier. It feels good when someone says, "Thank you, that helped a lot."
That's a very nice reason to like your job. So you could say, I like my job because I help people and I feel useful.
Yes, adding because makes the sentence stronger. Now, Emmanuel, what do you like about your job?
I like being creative and designing new things. I also enjoy it when a client is really happy with the result.
So your sentence could be, I like my job because I can be creative and make clients happy. Learners can copy that and change the last part.
Exactly. They can say, I like my job because I work with children. Or, I like my job because I learn new things.
Yes, I like my job because is a great pattern. It's simple and it explains your feelings.
All right, let's be honest now. What do you not like about your job, Dorcas?
Sometimes there is a lot of pressure and many urgent tasks. On those days, I feel a bit stressed and tired.
So you could say, I don't like the stress when there is too much work. That's a very natural sentence.
Yes, and not, I don't like the stress when is many works. That's wrong. We say, there is too much work, singular. And you, Emmanuel, what do you not like about your job? Be honest.
Sometimes clients change their mind many times. It can be frustrating, and it takes extra time.
So your model could be, I don't like it when clients change their mind all the time. Learners can use the same structure with other things.
Yes, for example, I don't like it when people are late. Or, I don't like it when I have to work at night.
That I don't like it when pattern is very powerful. You can talk about many situations with just that.
So to talk about your job feelings, you can use, I like my job because, and I don't like it when.
Yes, two simple sentences and you sound very natural. You give information and emotion at the same time.
Dorcas, now let's talk about experience. How long have you had your current job?
I've had this job for about 3 years. Before that, I worked in another small company.
So you can say, I've had this job for 3 years. That's a very natural way to talk about experience.
Yes, and learners can also say, I've worked here for 3 years. Both sentences are correct.
Some people say, I work here since 3 years, which is wrong. We should say, I've worked here for 3 years, not I work here since.
Yes, we use for plus period of time and since plus a date or year. For example, I've worked here since 2021. And you, Emmanuel, how long have you been a graphic designer?
I've been a graphic designer for about 5 years. I've worked at my current agency for 2 of those years.
So you could say, I've been a graphic designer for 5 years, and I've worked at this agency for 2 years. That sounds very professional and clear.
Learners can copy that and just change the numbers and job. For example, I've been a nurse for 10 years. I've worked in this shop for 6 months.
Yes, those are perfect examples. 6 months, 2 years, a long time, all work well with this structure.
You can also keep it simple if you don't want to give a number. For example, I've been in this job for a long time.
Yes, or I started this job last year. That's another easy way to talk about experience.
So to talk about how long you've had your job, you can use I've been for. I've worked here for. I've worked here since. Or I started this job in.
Yes, with just those 4 patterns, you can describe your experience very clearly. Simple grammar, but very powerful in real conversations.
Dorcas, now let's talk about your schedule. Do you work full-time or part-time?
I work full-time. That means I work around 40 hours a week, from Monday to Friday.
So you could say, I work full-time Monday to Friday. That's a very clear sentence.
Yes, learners can also say, I have a full-time job. It's short and very natural.
Some people don't work full-time. How do they say that?
They can say, I work part-time, or I have a part-time job.
Right. And they can add days or hours if they want. For example, I work part-time, 3 days a week.
Yes, or I work part-time in the afternoons. Very simple and clear. And you, Emmanuel, do you work full-time too? Or is your schedule different?
I also work full-time, but my hours are a bit flexible. Sometimes I work in the evening when I have many projects.
So your model sentence could be, I work full-time with flexible hours. Learners can use that if their schedule changes a lot.
Yes, many modern jobs are like that now. You can also say, I sometimes work in the evenings or on weekends.
That's a very useful phrase, especially for people who work in shops, restaurants, or hotels.
Some jobs have shifts, like morning shift, night shift. How can learners say that?
They can say, I work in shifts, or I work the night shift, the morning shift.
Great, that's simple, but very accurate. For example, I work the night shift at the hospital.
Yes, and for people who work on weekends, they can say, I work every weekend, or I work one weekend a month.
So to talk about your schedule, you can use I work full-time, part-time. I have flexible hours. I work in shifts. I work on weekends.
Yes, and with just these few expressions, you can describe your work rhythm very clearly. People will understand not only your job, but also your lifestyle.
So today we learned how to talk about your job in simple English. If you can say what you do, where you work, what you do every day, and your schedule, you already say a lot.
Yes, and all with short, clear sentences that you can really use in your life. You don't need complicated vocabulary to sound good in English.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us on Will English Echo. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next lessons.
And please like this video and share it with your friends, family, or coworkers who are learning English. Your support helps us continue making these friendly, podcast-style lessons.
Now it's your turn to practice in the comments. Write 3 or 4 short sentences about your job in English. What you do, where you work, and what you like about it.
You can start like this. I work in, I've had this job for, I like my job because. We would really love to read about your job and your story.
Thank you again for learning with us today. We'll be back soon with another real-life English conversation.
See you next time for another fun and simple English topic. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Goodbye, everyone.